flare. Pathfinder out by Venour, but they look for the engage onto bluerzor, and they're going to take him down, shut him out of the fight. Now the re-engage happens. Glacial Tomb, Glacial Prism, in fact, going down onto Zwyroo. He has the Tomb still. Super Mega Death, we're going to possibility. Goes right through the uprights. TP back in by Venour, and now a man advantage for the Unicorns.
Still going. Scores a bit of a field goal there. They're still going to look for it a little bit. Mask had the flash. He wants it, surely.
They're looking for the tower. He eats into the wall. He eats into the tower wall, but it doesn't matter because the tower's already down. Funky, low, Marlon flashes and hits him with the shield at Daybreak. Frozen 2 coming in from Zeri as well. Pops the stopwatch to try and survive in the middle of the fight. Rakan opening up with a lightning crash. But still, Marlon goes back in, and in the end, Marlon will fall. A little bit ridiculous. Flash double taunt though.
Finals rather, was when they could cheat the tempo, when they didn't actually have the objective set up, but because they had Galio in the mid lane, they still were able to win these fights. What we're mostly looking at here from Heretics instead is the fact that they respect that fact, and they need to have the communications down for wherever Galio is moving, because it's not going to take long before he's appearing in a side lane.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think that, you know what, Goodwood, your point is so spot on, because Heretics, rather, Unicorns do not care at all. As long as they have Galio, they will make a play, even if they know they're technically at numbers disadvantage when it starts, as long as Mask is there to press his R key. That's the one thing I will criticize, however, in that tiebreaker they had against LDLC when Mask was on his Galio. I felt like he was a little bit hesitant sometimes. I feel like with this composition, even though you've got Jinx for the backup damage later on into the game, you still want to play a fairly high tempo game to just keep the side of
to get the vision as soon as these Raptors will respawn. You'll then have the intel once again.
Very strong trade there.
Yeah, just holding my breath up there.
Yeah.
And so far, Blues are not really spotting on vision, but you should know through the process of elimination throughout all your wards on the bottom side that he should be on the top side of the map.
Right. Look for Zwyroo in the mid lane. There's the taunt. Peach can go in as well. bluerzor's going to try and come across, but will they get the permafrost down in time? They do! First blood over to Peach, and now bluerzor's trying to get the damage back down onto Mask, who flashes away. bluerzor flashes forward. Mask gets into the bush, and the slow from the flail. But a dash forward from bluerzor's enough to get a counter kill.
Yeah, you can see that. This is what I was talking about. You get hit by 1 CC, it just doesn't stop, and Zwyroo basically gets on.
Find too much. Marlon spots as Mask will just be able to dash towards the bottom side. Frozen Tomb used though. There's the Zenith Blade forward as well. The Rakan being locked up here, but a good taunt coming out. Flash away. Means the Heretics will have to just deal with only getting the summoner out.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the 100-0 burst damage there. If bluerzor could have maybe closed the gap a little bit sooner, could have been alright, but Lekcyc gets out with his life, just expending the flash. Now going back in.
They know he has to go Frozen Tomb. They know he doesn't have flash. Loses a short glacial path, but the knock-up with the grand entrance is enough. Marlon's going to pay for his defense with his life as well. bluerzor chased underneath the tower, but manages to clone his way to safety.
Yeah, they're just...
So for Unicorns, if they actually want to go and secure the Herald, it would be in their best interest.
All out is used counter flash from Ibo.
Needs to be a bit careful though, because his own jungler is still on the other side. Venour not really respecting that he's weak side right now.
He's just dead.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, So no action happens, and then one guy just walks at the other and dies. So that, yeah, top lane.
I guess Venour just expected more damage out of the Sheen, right?
Yeah.
With the passive procs, and just...
1,000 gold lead for Ibo. Mask looking for something in the mid lane, but not going to really do too much on this Galio.
But so far, this should just be a win for Heretics. While they are losing tower plates right now, what bluerzor is going to do, he's just going to run straight down to bot lane. So with the Rift Herald still 4 plates up there.
It's
Actually,
Jinx,
they might
though.
actually trade it. You're right, it is a Jinx indeed, isn't it?
Yeah.
And here we
Zenith
go.
comes out, there's the TP as well. The Charmer has been used. Marlon gets the Solar Flare down, but Funky's able to dodge to the side of it. Galio now joining the fray with the Hero's entrance. Marlon low. Ignite is ticking on him. The Frozen Tomb from Zwyroo. As they look for Mars, they look for Peach, but Peach flashes across the wall. The Galio tanky enough to survive. The Cyclone coming out from bluerzor, and a re-engage from Lekcyc. As they look for more, they get one. Zwyroo's going to fall. bluerzor doing what he can to stopwatch from Lekcyc, as well as Ibo has joined the fight with a TP down. There's one. Funky now caught unawares by the flanking Jayce. 2 kills to Heretics.
Funky was just on a mission to try and get as much damage out as he could, but he's just not late game yet.
Also a super greedy flash from Funky in the middle of the fight. Flashing forward, looking for that last bit of...
I thought he was flashing the shock blast, and then it was straight into the laser.
But just flashing into the middle of 3 people when there's a wall right next to you that you can't
It's a bit rough.
It's like, you want the kills, I get you, but maybe a little bit greedy overall.
Maybe a bit.
13.5 minutes on the clock means the plate still stands.
Funky
takes the turn. Alexis goes in, but already Ibo Zwyroo takes his third of the game, and now Lekcyc has to pop the charm to try and get away. Flakked and Venour trading up towards the top side, dashing forward, dashing back. It's just top laners killing AD carries.
I will not yield! Mr. Venour in the top side, making AD carries relive their worst nightmare, all out Ksante, and like you said, I mean, it's just the overstep on the bottom side now. Marlon.
Solar Flare dodge, Peach is here. Not tanking the tower yet as Peach keeps them at bay. Permafrost down onto Ivo. Peach still trying to trade in, but that's half its health already gone. And this is more about playing for that Drake than anything else. Peach can come back in. Funky has the Super Mega Death Rocket. Mask has the ultimate as well. There's the Cyclone. Peach going to dash across the wall here. Lekcyc's getting chased off towards the top side, but look at where Funky is. Glacial Prison goes wide. You both hold your heads in your hands as Mask comes in with the Torn Lancer on two. So Mega Death Rocket coming in as well. Marlon is low. Funky just needs to get excited. Just needs one more auto, maybe two. One crit isn't enough, not quite, but the Zap finds his mark, and now Funky is here to party. Looking for bluerzor down towards the bottom side. Peach trying to get away. And he will survive. Zyro getting chased down towards the bot lane, but he manages just to dash out of danger.
It's a bit messy. We can all see that right here. It's not the most calculated play, but Funky very happy with the exchange afterwards. And at first, looks good, Heretics. They're setting up.
Probably absolutely smashing in terms of damage as well. Yeah, most damage in the game. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Marlon is low. Super Death coming out. Funky trying to get away. The quickness coming in, but already bluerzor's killed off the enemy AD carry. And we said it in draft, if Unicorns lose that Jinx, they lose most of their ability to fight. As well, but Lekcyc can still get onto the backline, still has that quickness. All that was burnt there was the Glacial Prison to make sure they could get through to the Rift-Held. Cyclone used by bluerzor, Solar Flare down, Lightning Crash down, and Unicorns very happy just to wait it out and make sure that Heretics have to stay around for the Drake fight.
Yeah, they're going to get access to the Drake area now. They don't have that Cyclone on Wukong, as you said, either, so it's an ultimate for ultimate between the two junglers. Now this is where we want to see the blast, shock blast connect, because if you can get one good on all the squishies here, you can really turn the tides.
Yeah, Heretics have to blow up Funky ASAP. The thing is, Unicorns still have all their turn ultimates with the exception of Sejuvani available.
bluerzor flashes away. They're looking for the fight though. Peach is going in. The quickness can be popped by Lekcyc as well. He's looking for that backline. Gets onto them. There's the hero's entrance as well. Everyone funneled into a single spot, but Ivo has the flank position of Funky, and Ivo will kill off the Jinx. No one from Heretics has fallen as of yet. He gets one. Flight is going to go down. Peach fighting up towards the top side. He's going to have to run away, but Lekcyc and Mars trying to do what they can. bluerzor on Lekcyc is another for Heretics, and they continue to chase forward. Mask has the flash, and Heretics win the fight.
Mask, man! Mask went in with the ultimate and E'd backwards. He didn't go forwards. He could have chained the CC together.
That could have been the biggest fight for them, but oh no! So unfortunate. Drake steal, really good from bluerzor. Follow-up fight should have been good for you. In terms of ARAM champions, though, I feel like you're quite happy with Heretics right now. You got that Jayce. I don't play too much ARAM. What about the other side?
I mean,
Funky's half HP.
Okay, well, he does have red buff, so he can heal up. He's also got a fair amount of life still, likely from Bloodline. Just heal up just a touch, but it shouldn't be too much a problem.
bluerzor goes in. Masks use the taunt. Peach has been spotted now. Venour looking for Ivo down towards this bottom side. Venour forced away. That's your tank, by the way. There's the Solar Flare. Pathfinder out by Venour, but they look for the engage onto bluerzor, and they're going to take him down, shut him out of the fight. Now the re-engage happens. Glacial Tomb, Glacial Prison, in fact, going down onto Zwyroo. He has the tomb still. Super Mega Death Rocket, a possibility. Goes right through the uprights. TP back in by Venour, and now a man advantage for the Unicorns.
Still going. Scores a bit of a field goal there. They're still going to look for it a little bit. Mask had the flash. He wants it, surely.
They're looking for the tower. He eats into the wall. He eats into the down wall, but it doesn't matter because the tower's already down. Funky, low, Marlon flashes and hits him with the shield of Daybreak. Frozen 2 coming in from Zeri as well. Pops the stopwatch to try and survive in the middle of the fight. Rakan opening up with a lightning crash. But still, Marlon goes back in, and in the end, Marlon will fall. A little bit ridiculous. Flash double taunt though, and Flakked with a Zeri moment to dash across the wall. Flakked, the last man standing, bluerzor back up from the dead.
He was holding the flash for that taunt, not the first one. That's all it was. And they should be able to secure the dragon, I guess, if they went, but with bluerzor coming back up.
Zwyroo still has that smite from the unsealed spellbook. Ivo still has all of that damage, and Funky feels the brunt of it. The charm coming in the hero's entrance, they're just going to turn onto Ivo. They call him out, they find him, they pick him off. Now Flakked has the flash with the lightning crash across the wall to make sure that he gets to safety. bluerzor is back up, and Zwyroo still has the smite.
Should be able to take it before then. They just have to keep their eyes on where Zwyroo is. right now, if he gets to the front of the pit, he can still Ian always. Have they tracked that? He's got the smite.
Flakked no ult though, so nowhere near as powerful on that Zeri as he usually would be. Marlon goes in, pops the Eclipse. Zwyroo trying to get into the pit as well. The smite already down and Zwyroo falls alongside it. Marlon chased down towards this bottom side as Funky takes him out. And in the end, Unicorns get everything they're looking for.
And that's probably the cleanest fight we've seen for Unicorns at Love as well. The synergy between the starts sieging up on the tier 2s.
Yeah. And now you know Ivo's not anywhere near this fight. Makes it a smidge easier for you knowing that the 3-item Jayce can't just pummel your AD carry from range. This will be an inhibitor tower falling for the Unicorns. In here as well will go. Ivo's looking to try and trade it for the objective bounties.
If Ivo stays top, I think Unicorns are just going to commit for the end, by the way. I don't think they care, and they should be able to dive in time. I will say, Ivo's actually taking these towers fairly quickly, so they have to be a little bit respectful of how far he can go. Unicorns being pushed into a bit of position here.
Ivo has TP. First tower down to half. Mask dashing
Surely
back,
they just
dashing
go.
forward.
I mean,
there's one Nexus tower. Ivo's just looking for a total trade here. He's looking for the Nexus. There's the TP. Okay, in the end, he decides that perhaps Nexus is not what he wants. The Cyclone coming out. Mask able to dash away here. No ultimate on bluerzor though. You can see Funky still full HP. The flash from bluerzor and immediately he's stunned. Solar Flare coming out, but look at the CC. It's devastation, it's demolition for the Unicorns. And the minions come to join the party. They'll push in. Unicorns 1-0 up.
Unicorns looked Heretics dead in the eye. And it was Heretics that blinked first. They brought Ivo back to the base. Well, they couldn't make the defense stick.